It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome. Man, I'm gonna tell you.
Happy Monday to you.
What a weekend we had. This is my, I need a cane.
It was a great weekend though, right? A weekend full of events and unpacking this morning, so our apologies for no morning show, but we had to unpack everything out of our cars from the weekend. We never do that. We usually come here and unload, but not after yesterday.
Well, there's all sorts of stuff going on. New shows, and people came in to talk a little bit about that. We have Eva here today with the magical patches. But you want to work it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
We can work on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I want to do that because Thursday we went out and we had 200 people strong at the Movies of Del Rey. The kids did their
peach wine
piece. And boy, was that unreal. Because the kids finally got to see themselves up on the screen, and they were all smiles, and the families were really proud, really happy. They even let us say a couple of words, which was a lot of fun. But they did their event. Now it's going to be turned into an annual thing.
I think a semester.
Yeah, they're going to do 4 a year.
2.
3.
Shall we start over?
2 with that school.
Yeah.
But I am bringing Lynn in. I'm bringing some of the other schools also to get involved in this thing because they're all in. And there's something about the West Palm Beach independent movie deal that they belong to. There's a lot going on. Let's just say it was successful. Congratulations. Nice job. And that was the first of 4.
So that was Thursday night. Then Friday night we had the J.C. Dreesen concert. And of course, J.C. is always amazing. A salute to our veterans. And wow, what a show she did. And people have not stopped talking about the video work that Josh and the team did. I got phone calls last night. My mother, who hasn't left the house in a month, came to this concert. She called me last night and she said that video work, the film that they had of Arlington and the film of the soldiers, and for the veterans and their families, you know, it's not that you forget, but we don't know if you're not married to a veteran, if you're not a veteran yourself or an active duty, what it really means in your heart to serve our country. But here they were, and the film that they put together, unbelievable.
And
the clarity,
your parents
everything.
won gifts.
My parents won gifts. We gave out a lot of gifts.
I went crazy. I gave them all out.
We gave out a lot of gifts.
I didn't want to bring them home.
But I have to tell you, that film work, I found myself watching the film and listening to the music versus watching JC and sort of tuning out the film. I was doing the opposite.
I had
because
both.
It was so unbelievably clear, and what a message it sent to support our veterans.
Nice deal. We had Honor Flight was in attendance. They won prizes too.
Honor Flight Southeast Florida, so we'll be sending them a check.
He says, I've never seen anything like this. Where'd you guys come from?
Pretty amazing.
It was good stuff.
You know, to see the veterans, and JC's friend Joey came over to me. He said he'd never, ever seen film work like this before. It's spectacular. So Josh, kudos to you and our crew for putting, I don't even know if he hears me, he's got headphones on, for putting all of this together, because everyone has stopped me. And they said they've never seen a show like this before, because it took JC's music to another level, because it's another sensory experience to watch it and then listen to it on all different venues.
And this was a whole different group of people from the first concert, which I found refreshing.
So that was Friday night. And then Saturday night, there was a special premiere screening of American-ish.
That was hilarious.
And we had the writer, director, and producer in, and our producer, Royce, put this together. They came in from Gainesville, they came in from New York, and put this together on a special screening. Tomorrow, it goes out on pay-per-view, I bieave on Amazon. pay on demand on Amazon. So check that out. It's called Americanish. Did you like the movie?
I loved it. I was floored because I didn't know what to expect. And it was funny, it was sad, it was truthful. It was in a part of Queens that I used to work. I worked with my father as well. They just had so many different elements, so many emotions that was going on for me personally on that movie, but it was fantastic.
Kind of a commentary just on life in general, and family dynamics, and sisters and siblings as a whole, and really what family is all about. Doesn't matter what culture, what religion, what anything you are, family is family.
10 years in the making.
You see the generational change?
It's amazing the way they pieced it. I wanted to ask him, and that guy before me asked my question about how concepts change over 10 years. How do you even keep the same wardrobe going and everything else? But the way they did it was very clever. And Roy and the director, her name is?
Iman Zahavi.
See, I only know her as Dr.
Dr. Comedy?
Dr. Comedy. And he's the Miracle Man, because I'm going to tell you, he makes things happen. I didn't mean to call him Miracle Man. Is that what I said? Mm-hmm. I meant to say Marathon Man, like the movie. And I don't know, and I was hearing myself say Miracle Man.
Miracle Man.
You idiot, what are you saying?
Miracle
It's not
Man.
Miracle Man. It was Marathon Man, because during that whole thing, she said to him, after 7 years, I'm done. I'm done. And he says, no, we have to finish it. And only, when you run a marathon, and you're like 18 miles of the 25, 26 miles, you start talking to yourself, why am I doing this to myself? Why is there so much pain?
True.
Yada, yada, yada.
True.
So I should have called him Marathon Man, but now it's Miracle Man.
So he loved it.
And he's still in town. I told him to come on by.
And that was Saturday night. And then Sunday, we had the walk to end Alzheimer's. We had some amazing music after the walk, right as people were getting ready to go. There were some food trucks. And next year, I think we're going to do it before or in the middle of, right? So when people are walking, they can hear the music around the amphitheater. Why not? And do it that way.
Well, it's really funny because if they don't know who you are, it's like the patches. They don't know who you are. They sort of put it out there to see what it's all about. And we put our singers out there, and we were shortchanged. We didn't have everything that we needed. It was shortchanged. We had come out the night before. I mean, there's no excuse. And we still did a show, and I think we're going to be playing clips of the show, Josh?
Sunday.
Of Sunday? And Megan opened up.
She was amazing.
And everybody stopped. I loved that. Everybody was walking, and they stopped. And Laurie came over and says, who's this? And she brought the house down. And then JC came in after her. And all of a sudden, everybody starts to dance because she plays some of those famous tunes. And then Johnny T had a good day. I'm going to tell you something. Johnny T sounded just like
really
those two
good.
guys.
He sounded really nice.
So the whole thing worked out really, really nice. I would like to change its delivery and time and all that of when we did it, but we got it done. It's been a long weekend, and boom, finished, mission accomplished. And then I got the phone call this morning. They want us to do something with them. For the rest of the year, December 31st, you can still make a donation
For the walk to end
for the walk
Alzheimer's.
to end Alzheimer's. And they got a long way to go to match the numbers from last year, because all the numbers are down this year. So we need all the help we can get on this thing.
And when you were all setting up, I got to walk around. There are a few vendor booths still open.
Oh, don't even bring this up.
And I went over to this vendor booth, and Sydney is a patient with Alzheimer's, dementia, I'm not quite sure. And he had colored all of these beautiful canvases. And they were selling them, but not really selling them. They were just, wanting Sydney to really feel a part of the event. So I got to purchase a picture. So I purchased this one, of course, because I collect unicorns. And he signed it, which is really lovely, because then you realize you have a loved one who is in memory care or has Alzheimer's or dementia, what it takes to do something like that. And if this is what they do and this gives it their all, so they were everywhere. And his girlfriend was there, and her daughter, really trying to give Sydney a purpose and feel like he was really doing something
you're very
great.
clever.
Truth.
You're very, very clever.
And I got a cape because, I saw these capes, and Lori's like, I'll get you a cape. So look at this. It's like an Alzheimer's Superwoman cape. Isn't that cool? Walked into Alzheimer's. This is from Bright Star Care, home care medical staffing agency. But look, it's a whole cape. So you never know when you might see it. See, I was actually working when you told me I was not doing
You're
much
very
of
clever.
anything.
Very clever. I didn't say you weren't doing anything. We had a deal where we were supposed to talk, and I said, Dawn, there's no Dawn. She's out there.
Around.
She's out there all over the place, so I'm stranded up there. But I got a plan B for the next time you do that to me.
Did you see Hip Hop Kids?
Yeah.
So they opened up before we went on with our singers with Hip Hop Kids. And Hip Hop Kids, I had forgotten about Hip Hop Kids as a group. My kids did Hip Hop Kids probably 15, oh my gosh, Chelsea's 31, so probably 15 years ago, maybe more than that. And they loved it. And for the kids to be a part of this is amazing. So I met the owner. Her name is Susie Stone, and she started this company 27 years ago. She is a former cheerleader from University of Miami, and she went on to be a hip hop dancer to LA and New York, and she founded this company right here in Miami, and she's moved it through South Florida. Now they work with Paula Abdul, they work with big name people, and they've got amazing troops and on the road shows. They're going to be coming in here, I think, hopefully the end of this year or beginning of next, depending on when the kids get in. But you got to try out. It is rigorous work to see what they do.
First of all, I think they had too many clothes on.
Well, it's all about hip hop, the wardrobe.
I know, but my goodness gracious, it must have been 90 degrees. And even though the amphitheater is air conditioned, it's still an outside event. I felt horrible for these because I wanted to give them more water, but my goodness, can they dance?
They were incredible, right?
Incredible. I was running out of breath watching them flop and go here and fling and boom.
She says, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're a former Hip Hop Kids mom. And I'm like, I can't believe you're the founder of Hip Hop Kids.
There was actually two gangs there. There are two
groups.
different groups, right?
What? There's many all over, because there's, your local group, like my kids did it up here. But then to get to that next level of competition, you have to be at that next level of competition.
They were good.
They were amazing.
And then I said to Laurie, I said, you want us to go on after that?
I know.
Are you insane? Are you insane? You can't go in after that. Everybody was cheering and everybody went crazy. I'm glad Megan came on and says, okay, here we go. Boom.
Which
and
was
everybody
great.
went, what is that?
So it was a great event, a great weekend, a busy weekend. I think everyone's sort of regrouping because next week's already Thanksgiving, which is hard to believe.
That's a week from Thursday.
A week from Thursday is Thanksgiving
Don't
already.
scare me.
I know. All right, we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, let's talk to Eva, my Patch Queen. She has her show today, her second show of My Patch Queen. Let's talk about some of the results you've been getting.
I got a lot of stories
Got
over the
some
weekend
stories?
with this stuff.
Pretty amazing.
Believe it or not, I feel like Ripley.
Do you know they had the biggest donation of turkeys today, actually? NBC and Jenny O turkeys. They broke the Guinness Book of World Records.
Who's Jenny O?
Jenny O is a turkey company. If you go to the grocery store, it says Jenny O on it.
An NBC?
An
How
NBC.
many?
340,000 pounds of turkey were donated.
That could be one turkey.
No, it was like, they said how many turkeys it was. It was like 160,000 turkeys or something.
Where?
Between Chicago and New York.
A given amount?
They're going to give them out to everyone for Feed the Hungry.
Really? Not gonna work.
340,000 pounds
work.
of turkey. Guinness Book of World Records.
I like that.
It's pretty amazing, right?
Yeah.
I know. A lot of turkeys, Josh, but for a good cause. All right, we're going to take a commercial break. More to come on the other side. Give us a call. 888-994-4995, Studio A. We'll be right back.
Amp Media Productions proudly announces Music Nights. We invite you to a two-night concert event, November 10th and December 1st, starring J.C. Dreesen with her salute to the veterans. And True Rumors, the greatest Fleetwood Mac tribute band on the land. For more information and to grab your tickets, head over to events.amp2.tv. That is events.amp2.tv, and don't be late.
AMP2 Media Productions, in collaboration with True Oldies Radio and Comcast TV, bring you the opportunity to spotlight your business on Monday Night Football on ESPN. By targeting your preferred Comcast region, your commercial will be spotlighted during NFL and NCAA football season, reaching over 1 million viewers. Let AMP help you amplify your impact in the community. Contact us at 866-224-5422 to create your own commercial today.
Do you have an idea for a show or a podcast? Do you want the opportunity to be on TV? Amp Media Productions is partnered with True Oldies Real Radio Station and powered by many online platforms such as Roku, Facebook, YouTube, and even Amazon Fire to help amplify your impact. Do you want your voice to reach a wide audience? Call us today at 866-224-5422.
Le Sorel Restaurant, home of the authentic Italian tradition, offers a large menu that consists of seafood, steak, homemade pasta, brick oven pizza, and homemade desserts including a wide wine selection. We also have the best bar in Boca Raton with delicious cocktails, homemade limoncello, cappuccino, Italian espresso, brandy, and other specialties, open every day with a lunch and dinner menu. For more information or to make a reservation, contact lesorelrestaurant.com or call 561-235-5301.
If you've been injured in an accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions and tell you what your case is potentially worth. Hi, I'm Gina along with spokesman Rob. So Rob, tell the folks at home who should call right now.
Just like you said, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, give us a call right now. We're going to answer all of your questions and we'll let you know what your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Rob. You heard it, folks at home. Pick up the phone, call now.
South Florida's Good Time Oldies. Now, Boca and Delray Beach have their own oldie station. Catch us on 95.3 FM. It's the greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s. On South Florida's Good Time Oldies, 95.3 FM.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Okay. So, man. And we're back. I got all sorts of stuff
We
going
wanted
on.
to give you a little bit of a clip from the music that we had yesterday of
Tell me to
Megan
cue it
Falk.
up.
She is amazing. She is the next up-and-coming artist. So take a listen. Dance all day to her.
I gotta tell you something, man. I don't care what nobody says. That kid can sing. That event was spectacular. And it doesn't matter what happens behind the cameras. All that matters is what's in front of the cameras. For me and for the production crew, you guys did an outstanding job when we pulled it off. And that's the first time Megan's ever sang in public like that, under an amphitheater. JC was going crazy. JC loves the place.
Do you like it?
Oh my gosh, she says, Freddie, this is home. This is right in our backyard. We should be involved with these people on a constant basis.
So what an event. The amazing voices.
I gotta tell you, they did a nice job. Nice job. And we have more other films that are being worked on right now. We're gonna be presenting it to Alzheimer's as well. But it was
And
good.
also, I think Josh sent it over, the piece for Mark.
It's sending over right now.
All right, so we've got our good friend Marion Freeman, who we met, oh my gosh, how many years ago? 6 years ago?
7.
He was actually, this picture behind me, when we moved into our old studio, this was the first picture that was hanging on her wall, and Mark had gifted it to me for New Dawn Media, and we were fortunate to be able to put it up today. And he struggled through cancer, and unfortunately, cancer won and took the life of an amazing artist, a kind-hearted man, the most giving man, always happy, always willing to give, share a story, and have some fun and laughs. So Mark Marion Freeman, you will be missed, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for everything you have brought into our lives. And some of Mark's paintings are hanging here in our studio, and if you are interested to come on down, purchase a piece, we'll give the proceeds back to his wife and his family, or to any fund or foundation that they are looking to. But if you want a little piece of Mark in your home, just let us know. Come on into the studio, give us a call. Be more than happy to share. So we're going to be spotlighting his pieces this week in our studio, and both of these are from Mark.
Yes. Now that piece is special because that was the first piece that we ever got from an artist.
Yeah.
And that one has been hung in Studio A. It's always been with us no matter where we've gone. We've taken it with us everywhere we've gone. And today it has a whole new meaning. We loved it to begin with because it looks like the dawn. But now it has a special meaning and a special place in our hearts. So you'll be missed, my friend.
But we've got quite a few, the one behind you, and we've got some more in the lobby and a lot hanging around the studio. So come on in. Check him out, take a piece home, because wow, what a giving and gifted soul he was.
Amazing, amazing human being, and you know, Mark helped us at a time when Amy did very well with us, and she opened up an art gallery in the Carolinas, and she had to empty out the house, and he came in here and he helped us out by hanging everything he had in his warehouse, and he's like a big part of here. So I'm sure that Mark's presence is here. It's just, it caught me by surprise. I had no idea.
It was a rough week, and we got some rough news.
I had no idea on Saturday, and I looked it up, and I saw he had just passed. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
But today is World Kindness Day, so spread a little love, spread a little cheer, give some kindness. I was reading this morning that you never give up. When we talk about it all the time, every day you pray, or every day you're in prayer and you give, you keep going and you keep going, because you never know when that next chance, when that next door is going to open, that next window is going to shine some sunlight through it, and you keep going and you keep going. And that is exactly what Mark did. He showed me a concept of art that I never knew about, when he puts the lacquer on it and the shine and the sheen to it.
That's what he has behind you.
He has actually, and down there, God bless you, on the down there that we have, we've got, what's it that one say? Growing older is not for everyone, so he's growing up. We've got the chakra painting, a lot of fish, this keys, so a lot of great pieces. So come on in and spotlight some of this through Mark Freeman. And I think we've got a piece. I don't know, Antonio, do we have the piece? All right, let's roll it.
Such a good guy.
Great guy. So Mark, we're thinking about you. Thank you for sharing all that you've always shared with us and our community. You will be greatly missed.
Absolutely.
All right, you've got some other news.
Yes.
You have been, I'm going to call you the Patch King, I think, because unlike Eva, who's the Patch Queen, who's been on the phone for the past hour, we got to get her out here, but you have become the Patch King.
Why the Patch King?
Well, you can't be the Patch Queen. That's already taken by Eva. So I don't know what else to call you, but you've been doing so well on these. I want you to share your story.
Well, it's funny because I'm wearing them now religiously. And what I've been doing is I've been trying different patches to see how different things affect it. Always the Liberty has always been consistent. And then there's one I think that you have me use called Flow and the Victory.
Flow, you've tried a lot.
So anyway, so I go and I wear these things, and the energy level is tremendous. Can't stay awake past 11. It's really tough, and my God, I wake up, I sleep the whole night, and I wake up, and a lot of people think that I'm on the air trying to sell these things, and I'm not. That's not my calling. But the amount of steps that I'm taking and the amount of work that I'm doing for myself has been tremendous. So anyway, so I go to WW on Saturday, and people tell me, "Oh, don't say you go to WW." I do. But I'm a diabetic, and I got to get my A1C down. And losing weight is a quick recipe to helping you get your A1C down, and I'm living proof of it. So I go in there and I try to explain to them, because I got to keep it on the WW deal. So I change it around about the psychology of what you feel. So all of a sudden, and you brought this up to me, because I told you the other day, I'm planning my walks. Now, you've known me a long time. When the hell have you seen me plan my walks?
I used to tease you about getting up and getting out of your chair.
Well, the funny thing is that now, I could tell you how many steps it takes to go around this block, how many steps it takes around this block and the next block. And today I got a new formula that I'm going to do twice around this block and break 10,000 steps.
Wow.
Now, it doesn't mean a whole lot to people out there. 10,000 steps, I do that in a heartbeat. You don't do it in a heartbeat. It takes a lot of will and determination to get it done, but when you do it for a certain reason, it's even better. So I go to Weight Watchers and I'm telling them what I'm doing. And on my phone, you get points for walking. I didn't know that.
You get extra points for exercise.
Yeah. They all knew that. So they're laughing. They think that I'm like, it's a bit. And I'm about this big now. And I say, and you get points. And you get points. But the desire and the ability for me to be able to do it, that's the deal. So I'm going to go to St. Augustine for Thanksgiving. And when you go to St. Augustine, you walk, man. And man, do you walk. And you walk. And you walk. And the first time I went, my feet were going, I was 2 sizes bigger when I finished. But this time, Linda says to me, "Oh, you're prepping for the walk to St. Augustine." And I look at her and says, "Okay, that isn't it at all. It's just that I feel amazing with no pain, and I want to go." I lost weight this week. My A1C is down to 6.2.
Wow.
From 13. And here it is, November and December, the 2 deadliest months for a diabetic. Pumpkin pie, cranberry sauce, all these sugar things, and you have to be able to have the willpower to say, not today, or you got to walk it off. And now you've been telling me this for the 8 years, but I'm not, you wear the Superman cape. I'm not Superman. You're into that whole exercise thing, and you overdo it if anything. But these things, ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you something. I put it on a few people this weekend, and they say to me, back pain is suppressed. I'm not feeling it. I says, okay.
Suppressed?
Yeah, like it's
lessened?
like there's something pushing it down, and it's getting better and better. And I'm laughing because they think it's, let me put a patch on when I have a pain. I said, no, you're supposed to just wear them.
It's not a pain patch. It's not like a lidocaine patch.
It's not a lidocaine patch. Just put them on and watch what happens. So that was funny. And then today we had somebody to put one on, and she went. I think she may still be in the rafters.
Well, I've been trying a lot of them for different things, and we had a great weekend of events, but I had a rough weekend with getting a lot of bad news as well as the events. So I decided to put on the peace patch to help keep my anxiety at bay. And I got to tell you, which is not easy, but in lieu of all the good things we had, I had that many other things, obligations to do in life. And it kept me so even keel and level that I was able to get through it all. And I can tell when it kind of wears off and I go, it's time to put on another peace patch. But it's non-medicated. It's not like I'm taking a tranquilizer. I actually gave it to my girlfriend who lost her brother because she just needs some tranquility in her life. So we'll see how she's doing with it. But there's so many things. So we gave it to someone else. She started singing around the studio today. She goes, I don't know, like Kristen Wiig. She was running around singing and doing all kinds of things.
What's going on? What's in this?
But it's hard to explain. Hilarious. So I'm glad Eva's here. And we've had the benefit of trying a lot of the different kinds. I've tried the Focus, I've tried the Pain, I've tried the Liberty, the Victory, and sometimes I'll put on the Victory to work out, and then I might switch to the Peace if I've got some other things I need to calm down with. But we're fortunate enough that we've got enough packs that we can try the different things. And then people start feeling better. and like, well, maybe I'll try this one, and then maybe I'll try that one. So I feel like you almost need like a whole sample pack of everything to see which ones you like, and then you can hone in on it. So that I like a lot about it.
And this isn't Tylenol. If you got a headache, you take Tylenol, which is really masking the headache, but that's a different story. I'm not going to get into that. This isn't, oh, I got a pain in my back, let me put on the patch, but it still worked.
So we've got Eva joining us, Eva Angelopoulos of mypatchqueen.com. So Eva, I have to ask, because we're not really quite sure how to explain this technology.
So, by the way, you two look amazing.
Thank you.
And you, my friend, you look amazing.
I feel amazing.
Because I met you a month ago.
I remember.
Yeah, I met you a month ago, and you were a little sluggish, maybe?
Yes. I remember
Is
the
that a
first
good-
patch I put on, and
Yeah.
I told you, it's like everything got vivid.
Yeah.
Everything, the sluggishness disappeared.
Yeah, and I want to say you were a little sluggish and a little maybe worn down, if that's a good word,
True,
right?
True.
Yeah, and because I'm just trying to think back, and every time I see you, you just look better and better, because you're healthier. I think you stand a little taller now.
She said that, taller and bulletproof.
Yeah, I said you're 10 feet tall and bulletproof when I saw you this morning. I mean, it's like a whole new you, and that's because you're feeling better and you're walking. And I know we've talked about your walks. You're just out of control with the walking, which is a good thing, right?
But
And
I have
so-
never been able to do that, Eva,
Yeah.
until these patches came into effect. And you
Yeah.
know, and it scares me sometimes because never stop taking your medicine. I have not
course.
stopped taking my medicine. We are not
course.
doctors, not telling you to do that. But I feel sometimes when I tell people to walk, because I was afraid all of these steps, if I get to 12,000, is there going to be something physically that can snap on me?
Mm-hmm.
But nothing's happened. Everything has been great. So I just want people to understand at your own pace and your own body rhythm, it sort of adheres to it.
Exactly.
How does that work? Is it re-signaling the brain? There's nothing in it.
Correct.
There's nothing on it. There's not electrodes in it. It's
correct.
Looks like a fingerprint in a patch. So people
Right.
say, how does it work?
So we're going to call it Braille for the brain, right?
Okay.
So people know what Braille is, right? So someone who cannot see can read. And it's because there's receptors in your fingers, and you run it over the Braille. That signal is sent to the brain decodes it, and then that person can read, right? So the patches work the same way. Our bodies are full of receptors. So when those little ridges that are on the patches actually go onto your skin, right? The skin actually reads that, and it sends the signal to the brain decodes it, and then the body starts to react. Because our bodies were meant to heal and repair, right? Given the proper, nutrients, everything it needs. But because of the lack of nutrients, because of, disease, inflammation, different things, the environment, right? There's a disconnect between the body and the brain. So what the patch does, it helps bridge that communication so the body starts to repair naturally and organically the way it was meant to. So in your case, right, you're walking more, you're more active, your pain is gone, you're feeling better, right? Because the body is now going back to its normal, whatever normal is for you, right? So you have more energy, and it's not because you have more energy like a Red Bull more energy, right? You have the energy that Freddie used to have, that lost along the way due to your A1Cs being high, due to the lack of, energy, due to the lack of, everything else that was going on into your body. So you're just going back to the normal you, who you were.
The original blueprint.
The original blueprint. That's exactly it.
But I got to tell you, it is so hard to explain that.
Yes.
It's also hard to explain what happens in this studio. So I tell people, listen, do me a favor. I'm not going to explain it. You have to come in here and sort of, and it's the same thing with the patches. And you got to wear them. Nothing good comes from one and done. If you think one and done, you're not giving me a chance for your body to do its thing. But this weekend I changed them, and the Jets lost yesterday, and everybody's texting me about they want to commit suicide, about how bad they lost. And last night I said, okay, they lost. I was so cool. I'm like, okay. Was the anxiety beginning to build? Yeah, and it stopped. And I said, no, it can't be. It can't be. Then all of a sudden, because I used to scream. I remember I used to go to the back of my house and scream at the houses across the lake about how bad they play. Yesterday, not a problem. You know,
because that's your normal you.
That's crazy.
It's not normal for people to just yell and scream, right? It's not normal for your body to be in high anxiety all the time, right? It's not normal. We get there because of circumstances. But when you bring your body to homeostasis and balance, the body reacts normally and organically the way it was meant originally. So, you know, with me, I feel like I did when I was in my 30s. I feel amazing. I can outrun anybody. I mean, you and I could probably go jogging around the block, heels and all.
We'll walk to New York.
You know, we'll walk to New York because we can, because there's no more pain, right? We feel good. And when you feel good, you do good. So that's it.
And I have people from Weight Watchers, I send them the material and they're probably watching today. And I loved it because Linda was in bed asleep by 10:30. But I don't say nothing. Wakes up this morning, says, how'd you sleep? She said, oh my God, I slept like a rock. And then she says, oh, but it couldn't have been the patch that fell off. It didn't fall off. I took it off this morning because I wanted to see what she would say. But she slept through it. There's something at night that I don't get past 11. I don't know what it is. I get up at 6 without a problem. My hands aren't swollen the way they used to be. And I'm wearing my rings again because my hands don't hurt.
Yeah.
And I try to explain this to people, exactly what and they're looking at me like, really? Come on.
Because people are used to medications. They're used to suppressing things that are going wrong in our bodies, right? And what happens is when you suppress it, it's still there, right? They bandage it. And so what the patches do is they help your body go get to the root cause of the issue, right? We need to fix what's broken, right? And then the body automatically takes over and adjusts and does. So they're just, unfortunately, we've been taught that you take a pill and you take a this and you take a that and then you just take another pill and then you take another pill. But our bodies were not meant to be taking pills all the time. You know, there is a time and a place for medication, 100%. And I tell people, talk to your doctor, don't ever come off medication, start using the patches, and they will start tweaking your medication because obviously they may have to lower your dose or whatever, right? But your physician has to know what you're doing.
And this is exactly where I am right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to call them today because they have to either get me off or lower it.
Exactly.
The medicine.
And the doctors, I mean, if you have a good doctor, they'll be happy to lower or take you off.
Absolutely.
You know, and if they tell you don't do the patches, just do the medication, you know, maybe find a new doctor. But that's my 2 cents.
No, my doctor's already,
But,
he saw the show.
you know,
He said, we have to talk because something definitely is going on.
Right. And we do have a lot of physicians, many, many, many physicians that are jumping on board because it's an alternative for their patients to take them off a lot of those medications.
Yeah. You remember when we had the card, the magnetic card, and we did the experiment with the flowers?
Correct.
We went to a flower store and bought 2 identical flowers and brought them into studio. And we had, there was this card.
I have it in the back, but yeah.
She still has it. You should bring that out. So this card, you go like this over the flowers and you let them, and you have to do it every day.
Okay.
And we did this experiment and they were a few inches apart because you don't want them too close. One of them died.
Yeah.
And the other one looked like it was brand new. Remember this?
Yeah.
True.
And we took pictures of it every moment, every hour of the day to see the difference. And holy cow.
Oh, yeah.
Did that technology work? And so I see the ridges because I was looking at this the other day, you know, and there's got to be something in the technology that actually does work.
Well, look at you.
But don't look at me.
Why? You're like the perfect test person.
I'm not the perfect anything. Listen, I'm tired of just feeling bad. You know, I'm tired of hurting.
True.
I'm tired of seeing people around me die because of diabetes. I'm tired of people saying, you know, weighing 500-600 pounds because they can't get off the bad foods. You know, I'm tired of being tired, man. That's all. And I'm going to give it a shot. And if it didn't work for me, I'll be the first one to tell you it doesn't work. But this stuff, I don't know what's in it. I really don't care what's in it. I'm already planning on where I'm going to go with this thing today. I'm going to walk around 10,000, maybe 12,000 today. And I'm going to go. I'm going to do it. Because I do believe in the program. And I know that November's coming.
December?
I mean, no, November, you got Thanksgiving coming.
Yeah.
I already saw the apple pies at Costco. You know, you can get an apple pie this big for $5 at Costco.
I'm thinking maybe I'm going to try the Ignite because it's a fat burner also.
Correct. Burns 25% more calories. Yeah.
So I might try the Ignite.
I'm going to stick
I'm just not
to
sure how the Ignite and the Peace are going to go
but
together.
you know what, though? Have you noticed, Freddie, and I know I have noticed it for myself, now that your body is going into balance, you don't really care about eating a lot of those things. The body doesn't need them.
No.
Because I've noticed we've been staying here in an Airbnb because we've been here for a month now, right? So I cook every day, and on the counter there's snacks and there's chocolates and there's cookies and I've not touched not one, where other times they'd be gone, right? But I look at them and I'm like, oh, that looks good, but my body doesn't crave it, right? Have you noticed that yet?
But you know, I go into a program that I have mentally, and I've noticed that the hunger is not always there. My biggest problem is when people say you don't eat enough, you're not eating enough. I don't need to eat enough.
Right.
I feel good. My blood work is good. I don't eat like I used to eat. Even Dawn sometimes